Welcome back to another episode of the AJ Sports Podcast. I'm one half, Anthony Carboni, and to my left is the other half, Justin Vilche, and the Stanley Cup final is over. They're coming back from 3-0 to tie it up at 3. We go into Game 7 last night, expecting Edmonton to win and come back, but they fall short 2-1 in Sunrise, Florida, the loudest of that building has ever been in franchise history. Roberto Luongo hitting the drum. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go Panthers. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go Panthers. And the Panthers, they win their first Stanley Cup in franchise history. More on that shortly, but we got to see what's up to the boy. The boy, Justin. What's good, my G?
I'm good, bro. Hockey's over, but it was a good idea.
I loved it. This season was incredible. It sucks that it's over,
Amazing.
man. But give it. It'll go by fast. 4 months. We'll be in October. We'll be back. We'll be at the Leafs Habs home opener. We'll be there. We'll be
Free agency gonna be soon too. We got that. Yeah, no, bro. Everything good, bro. Just took a good nap watching the Euro because, bro, these games this afternoon, bro, were boring, bro. The 3 p.m. one, oh my gosh. But like,
terrible.
bro, everything good, bro. I'm ready to talk because major discussions gotta be. Some people gotta be discussed about, bro.
So I think we should just lead off with it right away. And if we get to the other stuff, we get to the other stuff because
Yeah.
this is important.
This is the most important
Now, last time we left off, we predicted Game 6, and we were correct. We said the Edmonton Oilers needed to score goals, right? Leon Draisaitl needs to pick up the pace. He had 2 assists in that game. We said the Oilers can win. They have to go back to their old style where they need to score more goals. They won 5-1. And look at that. They tied the series at 3. A lot of talk over the weekend in Alberta, heading all the way back to Sunrise for Game 7. And in Game 7, the Edmonton Oilers wore their same suits for whatever conspiracies or
superstition.
That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. And the first goal, I mean, the Panthers get it. I mean, it's their home building. They needed that. As soon as the power play ends, Edmonton took an early penalty. As soon as the power play ends, Evan Rodriguez throws it on net, and it gets tipped by former Toronto Maple Leaf Carter Verhaeghe to make it a 1-0 lead for the Panthers 5 minutes into the game. Not too long after, though, Cody Ceci, the new Mr. Game 7, is what we've been chatting about further. But he sent a great pass right through the middle to Matthias Janmark, who scores on the breakaway and buries it 1-1, not even 5 minutes later. And we are tied 1-1. And from there, it was a close game. It was a very close game. What did you think?
I thought it was, I mean, both teams knew something was on the line. Both teams were playing good defensively. Not many shots were happening on net. And I mean, I guess that was the game plan for both teams. Like, no team wanted to make an error now because you're in Game 7. So there's no mistakes that you can make now. But yeah, and then what happened was 1-1 going to the first period, going to the first intermission. Pretty even game. And then second period rolls around, still 1-1, pretty even game. But then on the
McDavid and the Oilers, though, on the power play, were getting so close to beating Bobrovsky.
Close. But Bobrovsky was shutting the door. I got to give flowers to Bobrovsky tonight. No, last night. He bounced back after these 3 terrible games, and he was there when they needed him most. And yeah, and then I think it was Kulikov. Oh yeah, Oilers are on the attack late in the second period. Kulikov just clears it off their line to prevent a goal from happening. Panthers go the other way. Verhaeghe's in the middle, Reinhardt's on the right. It was a 3-on-2. Reinhardt's looking to pass, he doesn't pass, and he shoots and scores. Beats Stuart Skinner short side late in the second period. Go into the third period having the lead, and those were all the goals in the game because nobody scored in the third period. And the Oilers did not score at all. And that was it. That was it. That was a game. And
I was so disappointed. I really thought here's our thought process, right? Here's my thought process. You go down 3-0, you come back. Do you really lose Game 7? Come on. No way you fight all the way back. The hardest lead to come back in sports was 3-0 down, especially for the Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And you lose Game 7 in Florida. It's so tough. McDavid, he was pointless, but I mean, I think the effort was there. He was clearly trying and pushing his team forward. but he Barkov. We've been talking about him a lot. He couldn't contain McDavid for a couple games. He finally found his groove and then locked him up the last two. And well, let's talk about Florida for a second because we'll talk about Edmonton in a sec. But we got to give props to Florida. We doubted them. We doubted them in the first round. We didn't. I don't think we had them making playoffs in our October predictions. And they ended up, they beat Tampa. I thought they were going to beat Boston. I thought Boston were going to beat them. They beat Boston. We both thought they were going to lose to the Rangers. The Rangers lost to them, and we both had Edmonton winning, and they beat the Oilers. So I gotta give props to the Florida Panthers.
Yeah, no, I gotta give them props too. I thought they were done in the first round with a really interesting Tampa Bay Lightning matchup. But I mean, you know what, dude? They prevailed. They beat all these top goalies, man. Vasi, Swayman, Shesty,
and I guess Skinner. You got to put him in the conversation.
Skinner in games 4, 5, 5, 6, 7 throughout the whole playoffs, like was just unstoppable. So just unbelievable playing wise. So yeah, man. I mean, look, they played against top tier goalies and they prevailed. They didn't let them choking a 3-0 lead get into their head. Game 7, they played extremely well. And you know what, dude? They did it for their fans. First time they did it for Bill Zito because that man was stressing. They did it for Paul Maurice.
Oh my God, the water bottle and stuff.
Oh my gosh, bro. If they lost yesterday, bro. No way. No, but bro, like I gotta give them props. And it hurts because it's another team in the Leafs division that wins a cup, but it makes it to the final. But as a hockey fan, I gotta give them props. I gotta give them their flowers. You know what? They did it, and that's it. They choked the 3-0 lead, but not really, because they still won. So, but yeah.
So congratulations, Florida Panthers. Like we said, that being up 3-0 and choking, it's not going to get talked about because they won the cup.
The cup in 7. Nobody's going to say.
I think they're going to re-sign a lot of their guys. They're going to bring back that team and go for a dynasty.
Yeah.
I think is going to happen. What they should do, because Paul Maurice, great coach, great hockey mind, great person. He literally said in the interview, the next thing he wants to see is the Winnipeg Jets win a Stanley Cup. So his heart is out.
That was a crazy statement, bro. After just winning the cup, bro, you want to see the Winnipeg Jets out of all the hockey teams? All right, bro. But okay, he's got history there, so I'll let it slide.
Try and go for the dynasty, or he might retire, is what I'm hearing. But we'll see. Enough about Florida. Let them go celebrate. We need to discuss Edmonton. So, one thing I want to discuss, the Conn Smythe. Now, as we were watching and waiting for Gary Bettman to hand out the Conn Smythe, we were thinking, who's it going to be? We had discussions on the last pod if it was going to be McDavid, if he was to complete the comeback. Well, in shocking fashion, Connor McDavid wins the Conn Smythe for being the best player in the playoffs. And according to the voting system, he was one vote off from being a unanimous decision winner for the Conn Smythe. Ryan S. Clark of ESPN had Bobrovsky over McDavid, and the rest of the people voting include like Frank Sirali, Pierre LeBrun, Luke Fox, so people from Sportsnet, ESPN, and different sports media networks. They all had McDavid except one. So McDavid was one vote from winning the Conn Smythe Trophy. And he, like Gary Bettman said on the ice, he, broke Wayne Gretzky's assist record. He had the most points in playoff history, or not playoff history, sorry, but the most, this season. He had 42 points. A very remarkable playoffs, I would say, for McDavid, especially now that they came back from 3-0 down. But I mean, though, I think if Florida won if it was like 2-2 and Florida won, I don't know if McDavid would get it. But I think because they came back from 3-0 down and McDavid did have those incredible games 4 and 5, I think that's why they gave it to him. What do you think, dude?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's got to be the reason because he wasn't there for game 1. Game 2, he had 2 assists, but his performance really stood out in game 4 and 5 when they completed the comeback here. Do I think he deserved to win? I mean, when you look at the point totals, best player in the playoffs, I mean, you kind of have to give it to him. But I personally thought the Conn Smythe was the best player in the finals.
No, apparently it's for all of the playoffs, but they normally would give it to somebody who, goes and play basically all the way, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I I guess. I mean, if you're talking about best player in the playoffs, then sure. I mean, Connor McDavid deserved it. You could just look at the points and how many he had. Um,
He was the. I feel like he would be the most valuable player on his team for sure.
yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for him, I mean, Draisaitl was a no-show. So I mean, if it wasn't for
We're gonna
him,
talk about him. Don't worry, we're gonna talk about him.
yeah, don't think you're hiding, bro. Leon, bro, you're
So
too.
I want to give you a stat. The last time a Conn Smythe winner in the National Hockey League who won it on the losing team was Jean-Sebastien Guerrier of the 2003 Anaheim Ducks when they lost in the Stanley Cup final. And before that, Roger Crozer, Glenn Hall, and then a bunch of other people. Ron Hextall as well on the 87 Flyers. But the last time was in 2003. So I mean, like we said before, McDavid's probably like the greatest, like talent-wise, the greatest player we've seen.
Yes, he's the most
And
skilled player. He's the most skilled
most
hockey
skilled
player
player we ever
Yes.
never see. You know, people compare Bedard. We're never gonna see a guy like McDavid. I truly believe that. I think by the end of McDavid's career, I feel like he will be top 5 for sure. He's gotta be. He's gotta win a cup though. Like I said, I tweeted this out yesterday. You know, he came back, they did well. It just wasn't, it just wasn't there. It wasn't, you know, the moment. Now, Crosby, he lost his first Stanley Cup final. They're all talking about that. A bunch of other players didn't win a Stanley Cup until late in their career. Stamkos was 28. So McDavid still has time. Let's not kid ourselves here. He's only 27. He still has time. And I could see this guy playing till about late 30s anyway.
Yeah.
So he's still got time, but the window is starting. You know, it seems like McDavid just got in the league. Came into the league almost 10 years ago, man. The window is starting to really close a bit. So they need to figure out what they want to do with this team because you have your two-headed monster with McDavid, Draisaitl. Let's get a but Draisaitl was, you know, very inconsistent. He had a total of 3 points in 7 games against the Panthers. We give McDavid his flowers. I think we will let him off here. We got to talk about Leon. Because Leon Draisaitl.
Whoa. We are not.
You're not.
No.
What?
No. Don't try and slide that under the rug here, bro. You think you're slick, huh? Broski, we will get to Leon. No. We will get.
You can go say whatever you want to McDavid. Everybody watching this, he was wearing a McDavid jersey at my house when we watched the game. But continue.
I'm Canadian, and plus it's $50 on winners.
Go off on the toilet. Go off right now.
Dude, we're not gonna sit here and act like McDavid was the most valuable player for his team in Game 6 and 7. Look. In the most 2 pivotal games of his life, okay. When you watch the game, did you honestly believe McDavid was the best player on the ice?
Not Game 6, no.
Okay, how about Game 7?
He certainly tried the most, I would say.
Hey, dude, everybody's trying for the cup. I mean, you're in Game 7 of the final, dude. Yesterday,
who do you think the best player on the Oilers was yesterday?
who was the best player on the Oilers yesterday? I'm gonna be honest. I mean,
had to have been McDavid, man. He tried his hardest.
Bro, everyone was trying their hardest.
That's what I'm saying. Both Game 6 and 7 were a group effort.
Okay, how can you tell me McDavid was the best player on the Oilers when we literally watched the game, you and I together, and we said he's not shooting, okay? He's falling over. And how many times did you say, McDavid, stop turning over the puck?
He did the couple times.
How many times did you say that? You're like, McDavid, stop turning it over. Okay, so again, see, people want to be, oh my god, he's the best player in the league, dude. It's there's a difference between being most skilled and the best player. Look. McDavid, okay, yes, he did his thing in games 4 and 5. Yes, he got it to Game 7. Wow, phenomenal. Okay, but big players show up in big moments. Okay, Game 6, big moment. You need to force a Game 7. They scored 5 goals, 0 points. Got locked up by Barkov. Barkov knew he held McDavid to 0 points. Okay, Game 7 now, biggest game of his life. Okay, and he missed an open net with like 2 minutes left. Okay, turning over the puck, falling over on his own 2 feet. Okay, like dude, you're McDavid. You do this. You don't do this, bro. Okay, when the lights shine bright, you're not there. We've seen it in the bubble against Winnipeg, turning over the puck to Mark Scheifele for them to lose the series. We see it against the Avs when he got swept by Nathan MacKinnon, by the way. We saw this year, okay, against the Florida Panthers. You cannot be, okay, the best player in the league, okay, when you're not showing up in big moments, okay? We talk about GOATs, right? We talk about best players. Ronaldo, right? He did his thing. He won his Euro. Okay, he won the championship. He won Champions League. He did his thing. Messi's done his thing. Okay, World Cup, Copa America, Champions League. Boom, he's won everything. Okay, if we talk about trophies, okay, look, who else? We could talk about LeBron. Okay, 4 championships. Boom, he did his thing when the team needed him. And you know what's funny? LeBron came back from 3-1, by the way, and still won the series again against a Golden State team who won 73-9. Okay, so yeah, best player in the league at the moment, right? When it happened, Michael Jordan, 6 rings. We talk about him. Why? Because 6 rings. Okay, he did his thing when they needed him most. He was there. Okay, like Babe Ruth in the MLB when they needed him most, he was there. Okay, you can't come here now and tell me, oh my gosh, bro, because people in the comments were like, okay, he won the Conn Smythe. Well, congratulations, bro. You're the best loser. Like that's simply what it is. You didn't win the cup, but you won the Conn Smythe. It's simple as that. You didn't get the job done. Okay. And to be quite frank, it proved, it showed in Game 6 and Game 7. You won Game 6, bro. Congratulations. But we watched Game 6 and Game 7 together. We've been watching hockey. Okay. You've been my hockey boy ever since I met you in grade 9. Okay. Don't come here now and tell me, oh my gosh, bro, well, he's still the best player. Even though, bro, I'm literally telling you, and we're watching the games together, bro, when he's there and they need him, he's nowhere. He's not putting up the points when they need him. He's not showing up to the games. Okay, let's start writing this narrative. Oh yeah, well, he performed well in Game 4 and 5, but in Game 6 and Game 7, oh, it's fine. We'll just not talk about that, you know. And then people want to talk about the Conn Smythe, dude. Marchessault won the Conn Smythe last year. What, are we going to classify him as the best player in the league? Brandon Point won the Conn Smythe. Oh, I mean, why don't we just declare him the best player in the league then? You know, so it's like, you can't come here and tell me, oh, well, McDavid won the Conn Smythe, so he's still the best player in the league. No, he's not, because sure, he can win the Conn Smythe, but when the Stanley Cup was literally right in front of him, okay, and he still couldn't get the job done. This is why I say, Nathan MacKinnon, it will continue to be the best player in the league until McDavid shows me otherwise. MacKinnon remember, and another thing, I'm not done. Another thing, people want to come here and tell me, oh my gosh, bro, this Florida Panthers team was a tougher challenge than the Tampa Bay Lightning squad. Let me tell you this, bro. Tampa Bay Lightning squad were going for a dynasty. Okay, they were going for 3 cups in 3 years. Okay, MacKinnon and company had to stop that team from winning 3 cups in 3 years. Okay, and he did that. Okay, Nathan MacKinnon did that. He showed up when they needed him to.
With average goaltending as well.
With average goaltending. Okay, Stuart Skinner played better, okay, than Darcy Kemper. Okay, let's not act like, oh my gosh, bro, this Oilers squad wasn't that great. 50 goal scorer in Zach Hyman, Leon Draisaitl, who's top 5, arguably top 3 in the league. Okay, Nugent Hopkins, 100-point player. Okay, let's not forget. Okay, Bush Bonds. Okay, who's again also afraid to shoot the puck for some reason. Bushbaum, who should be nominated for the Norris this year? Let's stop acting like, bro, this is not like I'm speaking trash. Like I speak facts. I come in here and I speak facts because we watch puck. Like it's not nonsense. Okay, so MacKinnon got it done. Okay, he got it done. By the way, harder road to the final because he also swept the arguably best player in the league in McDavid. Okay, so conference final swept him, won the cup. Okay, so again, proves my point. Stop the dynasty from happening, by the way, which is absolutely insane, and nobody wants to talk about that, which is fine, but I will because we watched puck. We watched it at Chuck's. Remember, we were there watching Game 6 when he hoisted the cup. Okay, right at that big table. I remember, bro. So don't come here and tell me otherwise. Okay. So yeah, that's all for me. for the McDavid side. Again, proves my point. Nowhere to be found. And yeah, we could talk about Leon Draisaitl. Again, fraud. Probably as big as Marner. I'm gonna be honest. Again, biggest series of your life, bro. Okay, you are arguably the top 5 player in the league. Okay, arguably top 3 people want to put you ahead of Matthews, and in the biggest series of his life, nothing. Even against the Stars, he was struggling. What is that? Again, I personally believe after these series, you shouldn't re-sign Leon Draisaitl. You don't need Draisaitl to make it to the final. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it at that.
That's crazy though, because it's like a two-headed monster at that point, right? But
It-
like you said, it's not working with the Leafs, and we've been saying, a lot of people have been saying the Oilers are just the Maple Leafs of the West. They've got their big guys, they've got their big guns, just doesn't work together.
Mhm.
Super teams have been proven in sports to not work. And would you consider the Oilers to be a super team? Probably not. But it's hard when, you have these two guys. One of them is he's trying, I would say. And the other one, 3 assists. Leon, let's not forget, Leon Draisaitl is there for the goal scoring too, right? He's the
Mhm.
guy that's supposed to be burying those one-timers on the right side.
Yep.
And he's struggled heavy he can do it against the Kings with an old Cam Talbot. He can do it against the Canucks, against their third string goalie. But when you play a great defensive team like the Stars, Jake Ottinger in net, and then you end up playing the Florida Panthers, who are also a great defensive team, with Sergei Bobrovsky in net and Alexander Barkov in the middle, where Barkov job was supposed to contain McDavid. So I don't know who was going to be on Draisaitl, and he ends up not doing a single damn thing in the most important series of his life. So I'm gonna have to agree with you here. I think honestly, you let him go. He's probably gonna play out his final year of his contract.
Fine.
I wouldn't consider re-signing him yet. Let's see how next year goes. Let him play through. Or if they're shit, you trade him for something because you don't want to lose a player like Draisaitl where you can get so much in return, right? But like I said, we're gonna have to see it. We're gonna have to wait and see. I don't think McDavid wants Draisaitl to leave, but at some point, if one of them doesn't go, I don't think they can do it. I don't think they can win with both. Like you can build a really great team. Like let's not forget, Draisaitl's contract is great, 8.5 and all. When he gets that, if they want to extend him, you know how much he's gonna ask for.
Yeah.
So think about it. Players will be covering $26 million a cap because he's probably going to want like Matthews money, right? McDavid's already making 13. Draisaitl will probably want 13 to match it out, and maybe make it $26 million together on the cap. Do you really think you can use that money and build the rest of your team? We've been complaining years about goaltending and defense on the Oilers and depth. They can literally use that Draisaitl money to help that and make it better. So as I think I'm gonna have to agree and say, yeah, you know what, Draisaitl, you have to let him you get rid of him. It sucks, but like the playoff performance, like in the final, really is what's doing it for me. Because like we've been saying, and you've said, the biggest moment of your life, the lights are the brightest, and you disappeared. Let's not forget that shutdown line to try and shut down McDavid. They weren't on Draisaitl. They were shutting down McDavid. That left all the room for Draisaitl to take over that game and put himself ahead of guys, try and put himself ahead of guys like McKinnon and Matthews. For me, that finals performance really dropped him down a bit. And I would argue that Barkov is a better player than Draisaitl right now.
I was
100%.
I was thinking about this all day. It's gonna sound like a hot take, but bro, Barkov is arguably a top 10
He's
player.
a top 5 player in the league. 100%. The way he shut down Kucherov, Pastrnak, Panarin, McDavid for most of the series, and Draisaitl. He's shut down 5 top stars, bro. Top 5. Top stars in the league. And he did it in these playoffs. He has to be considered. Like we talk about points and all that, but the defensive side of puck is so important.
Bro,
And I think Barkov deserves his flowers and is definitely a top 5 player in this league, without a doubt, no question. all of the players that he's played with, even back when he just drafted the Panthers, when he was just drafted the Panthers. Oh, there's something special about him. Kachuk literally said he's the best player he's ever played with. And that playoff run explains everything of what they were saying, of how he's such a great player and he's the most underrated player in the league. And there you go. He's probably going to win the Selke Trophy at the award show on Thursday. You could argue he should have won the Conn Smythe too. He's a great player, and now he has a Stanley Cup to his name. The first Finnish captain in NHL history to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, no, it's great news. And again,
I rest my case. Top 5 in the league. I rest my case. I put him over Draisaitl.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was crazy for saying he's top 10, but I mean, top 5 actually makes sense. Again, I've said this multiple times, dude. You can't just look at points and you can't just base it on that. You have to actually watch the game in itself.
Paul Maurice said it himself too. Like he said when they were talking about Kachuk, like not being a point producer, he defended him and saying his defensive side of the puck is phenomenal.
Yeah. Again, you don't have to put up points to be a top player in this league. Like you could do other things. Like Selke winner, dude. I personally rate the Selke trophy extremely high. I think it's in the regular season the second best trophy that you could win behind the Hart Trophy. Like, dude, if you're a Selke winner, bro, that's a great achievement. You're literally the best offensive player being
defensive.
Like you know what I mean? Like the best forward being great defensively and offensively, like a full-on 200-foot game. Like that's
two-way
a two-way player, 200-foot game. Like that's an amazing.
I would argue that by the end of his career, Alexander Barkov will be better all time than Patrice Bergeron.
He could. That's a fair argument. And I really like Barkov. And I thought I was thinking about it today at work, and I'm like, oh my God, bro, like he's still not that old. And the fact he's gonna win the
let's check how old he is.
Yeah. He's gonna win the Selke. He's won the cup.
28.
Yeah. He's been nominated for the Selke in the past, and this playoff run that probably won't get talked about enough because he didn't put up that many points. Because everybody just loves to talk about points. Dude, again, people who watch puck regularly will know Barkov is a top it's top 10 in the league. Like, and if people want to debate, dude, that's fine. He's top 10. You can say top 5. I'm okay with putting him top 5. Because, bro, you can have you can be a Panarin. You can put up points, 120 points a season, which is cool now.
Shut down Panarin and shut down Pastrnak. How could you not say he's better than them? He's arguably more valuable than those players on their team. Because without Barkov, they don't win the Stanley Cup. Panarin and Pastrnak ghosts, man. They were ghosts in those series because Barkov shut him down. He knew exactly what to do. He knows how to play defensive hockey, and it worked. He still put up decent amount of points in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, but his defensive work, his task. Paul Maurice said his task. You take out the big guys. You take them out of the equation, and he did that while also scoring points.
Yeah, no, I know it's ridiculous. And I was gonna say something else. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I don't know. I forget. But yeah, no. Again, Barkov just showed as to why, like he's top 10. You could say top 5. I won't argue with that. Yeah, and he showed why. Like, yeah, you could put up the most points in the regular season, which is great and all, but how many times do we say, dude, regular season doesn't matter? How many, dude, we say that a good maybe about 20 times a season.
All the time.
Regular season.
All the time.
Regular
all the
season.
time.
Yeah, dude, you can put up 120 points. That's cool. That's cool. You can have the regular season awards. But whoever lifts that Stanley Cup, I'm telling you right now, a player would rather lift the Stanley Cup than get a Hart Trophy, then get an Art Ross, a Rocket Richard, So just telling, let me put it to you this way: Matthews would gladly hold the Stanley Cup more than the Rocket Richard Trophy. It's that simple, Let's say Kucherov wins the Hart Trophy today. Well, actually, he's already a champion. What am I saying? Let's say McKinnon's already a champion too. Who was nominated? McDavid, right? Was he nominated for the Hart Trophy this year? Okay. Oh, perfect example. I tell you right now, he would rather hold the Stanley Cup than the Hart Trophy. Let's just be honest.
Why do you think he didn't come out to get his Conn Smythe? There you go. He doesn't care. It's not the trophy he wanted. It's not the trophy he cared about. It was the Lord.
And it's a trophy that he will continue to not win.
The hardest trophy in sports to win, because it's a grueling series. You play 7 games. You have to You have to play hard and be consistent. And one more thing on the Oilers. Corey Perry, if he goes to free agency and you're a top contender, do not sign this man. He has been cursing everybody. He has cursed the Dallas Stars, the Habs, the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2022, and now the Florida Panthers. So I think if you are a finals, I think Corey Perry should just hang it up at this point. You lose 4 finals, man. He could be a 5-time Stanley Cup champion right now. Isn't that crazy? Luckily he at least won the cup with Anaheim, so we don't feel as bad. But four L's, four finals L's. You got to be the biggest loser in Stanley Cup final history. Has to be.
Especially in a row, like 4 L's in a row, like that.
Well, he ended up losing to Toronto back in 2023, but still, man, he's the biggest finals loser I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it. So if you're a cup contender next year, do not trade for Corey Perry. Otherwise, you will go to the final and have your heart broken, like the Oilers have, like the Lightning have, like the Habs have, and like the Dallas Stars have. But the NHL 2023-2024 season is officially over. It sucks, man. I love this year. This was the best year I've watched in hockey, and I don't know how long. We've had great surprises. We've had great rookies coming into the league, and we had an amazing Stanley Cup playoffs. So NHL fans, the viewership was crazy. Average around 7.1 million live viewers for the Stanley Cup final. That's incredible. A lot of coverage. We got to give a round of applause to the NHL. Officially surpassing the NBA, in my opinion, for a better league.
Yeah, I think so too. But the NBA is just like, it's just not as hype. Like
a lot of NBA fans are saying this too, man. I should have got on this hockey shit sooner. We know puck is better than puck is better, and you can't tell me otherwise. These finals way better than the NBA finals. No, is anybody even talking about the NBA at this point? Like, it's been all hockey.
Yeah. Bro, people know, bro. Like, they're literally playing on knife shoes. Like, what? Scoring goals. Punches being thrown to the face. You know, like, come on, bro. Like, you get everything.
I want to, like, be rested in the NBA off of, like, a load management.
Yeah.
Fuck out. They'll never touch hockey. The NBA will never touch the NHL in physicality and anything. The NHL is the greatest. For me, it's the best league.
Yeah. It's
kind of biased, but like whatever, bro. I don't care about NFL. I don't care about MLB like that. Fuck the NBA. It's just rigged at this point. The NHL is the best. Hockey is the greatest sport. We love it.
It's also the most. It takes the most athleticism to play. So you know what? I'm telling you, bro.
Majority of the world can't even skate, let alone score 70 goals a season or get 100 points. So there you go. It's the hardest shit you can ever do. Justin tried skating. He can't fucking skate. A lot of people just can't do it, bro. It's hard. It's hard. That's why it's the hardest trophy to win in sports. For a reason. You have to learn how to skate and then perfect it. And then remember that there's a black piece of rubber you have to put in the net.
I know.
It's an art. So many people don't understand and they never will. But if they continue to watch and understand the game and watch the AJ Sports podcast, they'll understand that hockey is the GOAT sport and it won't be touched ever, in my opinion. This is the greatest playoffs and season I've watched as a hockey fan. It's been so long since we've seen something as normal as this season, and this was incredible. Great journey. We're going to hop back right into it next year. September, we're getting our predictions in. Free agency, July 1st. We're going to see that soon. We're going to talk about it.
We should get a free agency prediction video out because that would be fun.
We can do it Friday. But that'll do it for this episode of the AJ Sports Podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we will see you guys on Friday. Take care and peace. We love hockey, baby.